Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 2 of the Polished Lifestyle TV, where we celebrate and showcase women who lead and shine bright in their life. I am your host, The Polisher, the CEO of Polish, where I teach women how to lead and shine bright in all areas of their life to inspire others, but most importantly, to inspire themselves. And I'm so excited tonight to introduce you to our special guest, Miss Sandra Dubose, the bald beauty queen of Self-Esteem. And I always love to tell everyone how I meet our guests. And I met Sandra, so it was a funny story. I was kind of like stalking her. So when I in a good way, when I attended the Get Radical conference going on 3 years ago now, when I really, this conference I told you all was when I really, started to take my personal development serious. And at this conference, Sandra had won an award. And so I was hoping she was going to be there for me to see her and meet her and everything, because I was like, her story is so amazing. I can feel her spirit through the video that I watched, and just everything about her I loved. So I was like, when I get there, I hope I see her. And then she was on the stage, and then she was off the stage, and it was very busy in there, but she was taking off her shoes. I think she was switching her shoes at the end of the you probably don't remember all this because I was like watching you, right? So she was taking off her shoes. I was like, okay, I think this is a great opportunity for me to go and say something to her. And so I went up to her and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do or how we're going to do it, but I'm going to work with you one day. I'm going to have you come to my school and speak, and all this excitement. And she received the excitement and gave me the biggest hug, and I got her card. Fast forward to about 9 months later, Sandra was at my school as the keynote speaker for one of our events. As you all know, I worked for a school and I was a diversity director and their coordinator for their programs. And I used to host a day of diversity every year. And Sandra was our keynote speaker. And when I tell you, she had the kids in love. She had the adults like bowing down because she's that amazing. So welcome, Sandra.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. First of all, congratulations to you, polishing your life up even more and helping others to. I'm so incredibly proud of you and your journey. And just thank you so much for your support. I had such a fantastic time when I did come to your school, and then we got to hang out afterwards and go get something to eat and really get to know each other as sisters even more. And it was just an amazing time. And you just never know who's in the room. You never know where your blessing is going to come from. And so we have mutually been able to be a blessing to one another. So thank you.
Absolutely. So you heard what she said. You never know if your blessing is in the room. So ladies, this thing where, sometimes you go to events and everybody got their nose pushed up and they're acting like my grandmother would say, they're acting like a pudding tail, like nobody can talk to them. It wasn't like that. I mean, we both were receptive to each other, and magic was made. And here we are 3 years later, and we still love to support each other. So before we move any further, let me read you this awesome woman's bio. And like I was showing before, she is a published author. Here is her book, My Crown in Glory. And it's not about the hair, 6 fundamental principles to heal emotional wounds and build a healthy self-esteem. So Sandra's going to tell you how we could get that book later. But let me read her bio so you know the woman that you're listening to. Sandra Dubose is clearly on her way to becoming an international multimedia success. The native New Yorker, known as the bald beauty queen of Self-Esteem, is a dynamic motivational speaker, author, and smooth jazz vocalist with an inspiring personal story that has made history and national media headlines. Sandra is a role model for women of all ages, and teaches them how to build healthy self-esteem through the practice of self-love and self-acceptance. She is a patient advocate for women's health issues and has been It has been ever since the age of 25 when she was diagnosed with the autoimmune disease alopecia areata. This incurable condition resulted in the loss of all of her hair on her scalp and body, and subsequently the loss of her self-esteem. She was forced into a compelling journey of self-discovery and had to learn firsthand how to heal emotional wounds, overcome obstacles, and rebuild her confidence. As a testament of her courage and a star power as a vocalist, in March 2011, Sandra competed bald in a statewide beauty pageant. She made history when she was crowned 2011 Mrs. Black North Carolina, the first bald beauty queen of the state. In her life-changing book, My Crown and Glory is not about the hair, she shares her personal life lessons and 6 principles she used to shift her life from being a victim to living in victory. Sandra is sought out nationally to deliver her empowering message through words and songs. She is the recipient of numerous awards, including the 2012 Radical Woman Award and 2013 SWIBA Inspirational Entrepreneur of the Year Award and the 2015 Lamplighter Award for Health Outreach. This positive role model and youth mentor is being the change she wants to see in the world and paving the way for others to do the same. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
So, my first question for you is, how did you, and I know they can read it in the book, but in a snippet, can you tell us how did you go from allowing, your negative circumstances to hold you back to eventually jumping in the front seat of your life and leading in your life?
Well, the first thing I'll say about that is that it wasn't something that happened overnight. I spent 8 years in my experience of having lost my hair, feeling sorry for myself, secretly depressed, wearing a wig, covering it up, not accepting the reality that medically my hair wasn't going to grow back. I was pretty much stuck in a place of just, faith is a wonderful tool, but sometimes it can, if you don't align your will with the will of God, and you think that
Yes.
it has to happen the way you want it to happen, sometimes we can get in our own way. Okay. And
Yes.
so I was praying for healing, that God would change my circumstance to be what I wanted it to be, and to make my hair grow back, and to make this situation go away. And it
Yeah.
wasn't until I could surrender and accept my truth and decide that in spite of it, I was going to have to learn how to grow through it, use it and leverage it, and not let it define me, but use it as a point of power in my life. And when I could make that decision and surrender, that's when my life began to change. When I could get out of my own way, of the way I thought the story needed to end. And when I did that, then the creativity of all that it could become
Yes.
started to become exciting. Like, okay, well, if it's not something that just goes away, then how about I take that and I use it to the benefit of myself, and to use that to help other people, and stop being a victim and feeling sorry for myself, and
Yes.
use that as the thing that I won't allow to hold me back anymore. And it was really a matter of a decision, but it did take time. And I do like to preference that, because people see me as the bald beauty queen today, but the people in my inner circle, my family, my friends that I grew up with, who knew me when I had hair, when I didn't have this experience, they know what it took for me to become the woman that I am today, to build this level of confidence. And it was not an overnight thing. There's no overnight success. You got to put the work in. And so, I just want to say that to encourage any woman who's going through something: be gentle with yourself, but
Yes.
don't give up. Don't give up, because you can overcome, and it'll be your season one day when you're on the other side of that experience. Yeah.
Awesome. My father always says this quote, and I'm going to say it's Shakespeare because he always quotes Shakespeare. I think it
I
is.
love
But he
it.
says, sweet, sweet are the use of adversity. So, what Sandra is talking about, she used something that most people might really give up and just say, you know what, I'm done.
Right.
And they go into hiding.
Right.
And she used it as a platform to inspire other women. And that's just amazing. I mean, it's just every time I think about her, and I think about the time when she came to my school and we had a event the night before called the Girls Night In, where we invited young women from the community. And I remember there were 2 young girls there who had alopecia areata, and just to see their face light up, to see her telling her story, like if they were the only people that got changed that night, it was all worth it. But I know many other people got changed, but it was just so amazing to see how, you know, she went from feeling a certain way to being a victor, right? So can you tell us, like, what do you think the turning point, like, if it was one day, maybe you were laying in bed and you were like, okay, enough is enough. Can you tell me, like, what the turning point for you was, or when you made the decision that this has to change?
Right. And so it was in 2008 for me, like I said, 8 years. And it's I can liken the experience to it's like, just like you want to lose weight, right? And so you're battling with yourself. You may start your exercise regimen, you may start your diet regimen,
Yeah.
and then you start off strong, and then you go to a party, somebody offers you some cake, and you're like, oh Lord, and then you go on a carb binge, right? And you're just like, oh God, I got to start from ground zero, but I'm getting back on that horse, right? And so, and it may be that one point in your life where you don't have so many start and stops. You really did overcome that, and you found a rhythm in a way to lose that weight and maintain that weight loss and change your way of eating. And now it's like I'm successfully doing life the way I want to do it. I'm the weight I want to be, but it took all of those starts and stops and starts and stops for you to finally get to that point where you found your rhythm. And I liken that to the experience of that one day, because it wasn't really a one day. It was all of the days in between where I got some strength and then I lost it. And I felt confident and then I lost it. And it was that getting closer and closer to that final day where you say, today, I'm not turning back anymore. I found my rhythm with it. And that's really what it was. And that was in 2008, where it was, okay, I'm taking off the wig today. Yeah. I'm going to go outside for the first time bald today. And I'm going to do that today. Tomorrow, I might put this wig back on because I might not be as courageous tomorrow. You see, yeah. But I'm going to keep doing it. Even if I'm just going to Walmart, I'm going to go to Walmart without my wig on. And I'm just going to I'm not going to do my full food shopping. I'm not going to spend that much time. I'm just going to get some eggs. I'm going to get eggs. I'm going to come right back and I'm going to get my car. But it was that little increments of, I did it today. And tomorrow I might do it again. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, then it was like, I don't need it anymore. It really is okay. I can actually go totally food shopping, walk this entire store, and I can stomach everybody's stares. I'm okay if somebody asks me a question about why I'm bald, or assume that I have cancer, or a little child is staring at me. It doesn't hurt as much. I can handle the looks, and I can walk out of the store still with my head up and smiling. And the more I did it, the more confident I became. So it wasn't an overnight or one day. It was progression of growing and growing and growing. And that's the truth about it.
Absolutely. Every day you were exercising your confidence muscle. Every single day. Every day.
That's exactly.
You know, this week I've been talking to my tribe about personal development and the power of personal development. And one of the things I just heard you say was doing the work and working on yourself. So Can you tell me what is one of your favorite personal development tools? So some of the things, when I say tools, I mean like a book, listening to motivational speaking, or affirmations, attending conferences. Can you tell us what one of your tools, one of the major tools for personal development in your life was?
Mm-hmm. And it's all of them. It's really, it's all of those things because life is hard, right? And so everybody's got a battle that they're fighting. We're all going to have challenges. And so you really have to be consistent and creative with girding yourself with
Yeah.
truth. So it's the people that you hang around that keep you uplifted, that keep you motivated, that keep you inspired, that keep you focused. It's the music that you listen to. It's being intentional about not putting that kind of negative, energy, into your subconscious mind by
Yes.
listening to a whole lot of ridiculousness. I mean, we all like to, you know get a get our groove on. It's got a good beat or whatever, but you cannot every day, listen to that rhetoric and that ridiculousness. You have to be intentional about what you allow yourself to listen to, turn on something spiritual, something that's going to be motivating, positive, seeking out those talk radio that has positive messages to it. So it's all of those things that I do. But I love to read. I'm a big reader. And so I'm always reading self help books from people that have inspiring stories. So I would say definitely. I love listening to Soul Food Sunday, Oprah's book club. So whenever she starts talking about a book and how wonderful it is, I go on the website and I'm just like, oh, I got to order that book.
Yeah.
So advice from the people that are living the life that I want to live, and saying, okay, what are you reading? Okay, I'm gonna put that in my collection too. So reading is a big tool, and especially listening to CDs, books on CD. So a lot of times we're so busy, we're moms, we got a lot to do. We don't have time to just sit and read a book at night because it might put you to sleep and you'll never get through the book. So be I go to the library on the regular. I find books on CD so that I can turn off the hip hop station and say, you know what, I'm gonna listen to this CD and I'm gonna make sure that I'm feeding my spirit.
Absolutely. So for everybody who's listening, especially if you're in my tribe, I promise you I did not prompt her to say what she said, because I've been telling them
Yes,
this.
she did.
Change what.
Yes, she did. I'm just
Exactly. You have to be careful what you're feeding your mind. You have to
oh
be
yeah.
careful who you're around.
Oh my God.
Be
Yes.
careful who you're
Yes.
around. This is so, I don't know how we can say this, but really they say when you look at the five people that are around you,
Yes. Yes.
if you don't like their behaviors and the thing that's going on, you better run. Okay, and
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
five other people who you can be in unison with, who are aligned
Absolutely.
with your thinking, who are doing the things you want to do, okay, or
Right.
have already done it. It's so funny. Since I was a little girl, they always tell me I always have friends that are much older than me, because I was always trying to see, okay, I want to do what they doing, but I always had women in my life who were older,
Right.
and that's why I'm an old. They call me an old spirit. But it's because I always want to make sure that I'm around people who are doing the things that I want to obtain and aspire to do. Okay, so with that said, can you let us know one tip, one tip to help our listeners lead and shine bright? And I'm going to explain when I say lead and shine bright what I mean. When I say lead,
Okay.
I mean you are doing the very thing that your soul wants to do. You are not
Right.
allowing your spouse, your parent, your the negative voices in your head that have been created by all the negative things that people told you couldn't do, or you're allowing your size, your hair, or whatever to lead in your life. You're really truly leading your life on purpose, and the shining bright part is being the best version of yourself, how you show up in the
Right.
world. So if you could give us one tip.
What I'll say is a one tip is don't ever give up. Just you can't give up. Because is it going to get hard? Yes, it's going to be hella hard, if that's a word. Okay, it's going to be hard. There are going to be those days that you want to give up and just say, you know what, it's not worth it. Because just because you have a passion, just because you are talented, just because you figured out what your purpose is, you know what you want to do. I want to serve the world. I mean, just knowing that is half the battle,
Yeah.
but that's only half the battle. And nobody said after you figure all that out that the way then it will be wonderful and easy. That everything you need will be provided for you. And no, nobody said all of that. It's good that you know, but still, what does Steve Harvey say? The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately, or something like that.
Yes.
And it really, really is. And sometimes, even though you know it's great, and you wonder, God, why does it have to be so difficult when I know this is something that is divinely ordained for me to do? You gave me this gift, you gave me this desire, it's going to bless your people. Why does it have to be so difficult? Those questions will come up, and the only thing I can say is that you have to persevere, because in that perseverance, that's where the polish is coming from.
Yeah.
That rub that's how you get polished, baby. You want
Yes.
polish? It's got to be hard, and it's just like that grain of salt. It's that sand that rubs up against you that is polishing you, because when you can endure and you can show up in spite of it all on purpose,
Yeah.
then that is the thing that makes you shine bright in the world. And every time you have an opportunity to do it, and you get the feedback from the people, from your tribe, from the people that you've been assigned to help, and they affirm for you that you are doing exactly what it is that you're
Yes.
supposed to do. That's the fuel in your tank that allows you to say, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up, because the truth is there's nothing to turn back to. So if you're
Ex-
going to stop, then what you going to do? You just going to sit down and watch TV? You just going to
Exactly.
go to work and come home? You just going to be, you're going to have nothing but regret. So would you rather live with the regret because you gave up, or would you rather stay in the fight, take a licking, keep on ticking, but at least at the end you can say, you know what, I tried, I've won. Maybe I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but at least I got A, B, and C accomplished. And that's a whole lot more than a whole lot of other people can say. So if you want to shine bright, stay in the fight. Know that it is a fight, and it's not just a fight for you, honey. It's not personal. We all going through it. We all fighting in our own way. So if it's hard, well, then you exactly where you're supposed to be. Get in line with the rest of us thugs, and let's just get it in. That's just what it is.
I love it. I love it. Take the licking and keep it
Yeah,
ticking. Hello.
that's it. Because people see the result and they think it's glamorous. We're sitting
Yes.
here talking. You read a wonderful bio. Yay, yay, yay. That's fantastic. I listen. I'm like, ooh, that sounds great. That's wonderful. But I don't always every day when I get up and I'm facing my challenges, I forget some of that I did accomplish some of those things.
Yes.
I have to remind myself, oh, wait a minute, you a lot further than you think you are. Because I'm always looking at where we're not. Oh, I want to get here, I want to get here. And we forget, oh my God, I've done great work. I've done some wonderful things. And if I've come this far, how much further can I go if I don't give up? So please don't give up. Just keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Oh, awesome. I hope you all are hearing that, and you're not only hearing it, but you're receiving it, because it's
Yeah.
so true. And I think it was this morning. I can't remember the morning some days. It might have been this
Mhm.
morning, but I was talking about, the reason why personal development is so important, and the reason why we have to continuously work on ourselves is because there's
Yeah.
so many people who are professional successes but personal
Mhm.
failures,
Personal
because
failure. That's
they allow the outside success to define them. Meanwhile,
right.
they abandon who they really are.
Right.
And so every day we have to do the work on ourselves and remind
Mhm.
ourselves that, you know what, we're human and we're here for a purpose. And though every day
Right.
those successes might look like, they're just there, that we are here for a purpose, and that's what really matters, and that we're working on that. We don't have to be perfect. Okay,
Right.
work on
That's
yourself.
right.
Don't be professional success and a personal failure. Work on yourself.
Absolutely.
So, one quote, and then I'm gonna ask you about one book, and also I'm gonna ask you to sing a little sentence. Her voice is amazing, so you have to sing before you leave. I didn't tell you a warning for you to warm up your voice, but one quote. You saw I snuck that in there, right?
That's cool. It's cool. That's what friends do. It's all good. They put you
Yeah.
on the spot just like it's all good. Sing for them, baby. Sing a little something, baby. It's all good. I'm used to it.
So one quote, your favorite quote that keeps you going when you're feeling like you're about to break, but you want to persevere. One quote.
One of my favorite quotes is, "If you do not heal the wounds of your past, they will bleed into your future."
Mm.
And that is a quote by Jan Van Zant. And that is the what keeps me going in terms of coming back to center with myself,
Yeah.
making sure that I am consistently healing, getting stronger, being mindful, being conscious of where I'm at, taking my own emotional and mental temperature, if you will, so that I can stay focused, so I can stay committed to the vision and to becoming my best self.
Yeah.
And, when you've been through a lot of things in your life, as um, I have to make sure that I'm always healing and being conscious of those things that become a rub for me.
Yeah.
I teach self-esteem because it's the thing that I always need to learn. It's the thing that I'm always challenged with, that keeps coming up for me, where I start to feel vulnerable all over again. And I have to keep coming back to say, all right, now you know better. Where's that coming from? What's going on? You know, and continuously healing that part of myself so that I can be my best self. So if you don't do the work to heal, knowing that it will continuously be a hindrance in the things that I want to do in becoming the woman I have the potential to become. And I don't want it to bleed into my future. So that's my quote.
Absolutely. And something I want to say. So I hope you heard what she just said. So self-esteem is something that she knows she has to continuously work on. And so that's why she
Yeah.
teaches it. Many of us think that we have to be the world's greatest expert and completely throw away everything that we've ever been through in order
Right.
for us to show up in the world, to
Right.
show up big in the world. But guess
Hmm.
what? You can still be in your process
Yeah.
and teach other people the way. You
Absolutely.
can still
Absolutely.
be in your process and teach other people the way. Why? Because you are further along than where some people
Then
are. Stop
hmm
thinking you have to be at the end of whatever it is that you're going through
Right.
before you can show someone else the way. Because imagine if Sandra waits until she is completely over everything, right? How many people would be missing out on
Right.
her blessing
Right. Right. Right.
of her amazing story and of how far she's come? So I hope you're hearing that. When you are doubting yourself and feeling like you need to be $1 million person, $1 million earner before you can teach someone how to write a book, before you can teach someone how to start their business, before you can start that nonprofit, before you can do whatever, please think twice and stop doubting yourself. You don't have to be the top at the pinnacle of whatever before you start.
Right. You don't have to be the guru. You don't have to be the subject matter expert. And there is no such thing. There's always room for growth.
Yeah.
Um, you don't want to be broken and trying to help other people heal. You
Yes.
do need to be in a certain place in your life and recognize that where you are, you have something authentically to give. But I don't care whether you're the pulpit, in the pulpit, whether you're the pope or whoever, everybody is still in process
Yeah.
working on some area of weakness in their lives, but that does not negate the fact that you're still in a position that you can be a help to somebody else. So you don't you go forward and you get stronger as you go. So
Yes.
if you're waiting for all your strength to come before you start, then you'll never get there, because the whole process is you get stronger as you go. As I teach, I am learning. And if I refuse to
Absolutely.
teach what I know, I'll never affirm and confirm that lesson within inside of myself, because I confirm it as I continue to proclaim it to others. As I'm teaching, I'm affirming that to myself, and it's part of my process. So go with what you got. It's enough.
Yes,
It's
go with
enough.
what you got. It's enough. Oh, we got to tweet out this stuff later because it's just
That was good. Tweet
amazing. Yeah.
that. Go with what you got. It is enough.
Yes.
It is enough. Yes,
Yes.
love.
You know what? I'll never forget my coach and mentor, Lisa Nichols. You know what she said? She said if she had waited for her to lose weight before she went on The Secret, she would be The
Yes.
Secret. She always said,
Yes.
if I waited
That's
before I lost weight
true.
to be on The Secret, I would be The
Yes.
Secret. And you seen, I don't know if
Right.
you've seen Lisa Nichols recently, she's lost the weight. She's done
Yes.
the things she wanted to do, but she didn't allow it to stop her before she became the
Right.
speaker and the coach and the author that she wanted to be.
Right. I think part of, well, for me, because she's a coach and mentor to me too. We love, love, love that woman
Yes.
in her ministry. And I think that what inspires me about Lisa too is watching her transform. Her
Yes.
transformation, to see how she's grown, how she's tackling those issues in her own life and dropping the weight emotionally and physically, and watching her do that is the thing that makes it even more real for me to
Yes.
say, wow, it's really okay to change, to grow, and do that publicly, because it's real.
It's
It's real. Mhm.
absolutely
Real.
yes, yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, one book that you would
Mhm.
recommend to our tribe in our community here,
Other than my own,
other than your own, please recommend yours and tell them where they can
yes.
find it, and then tell us
Okay.
one that you've used to get you to the next level. And you better buy both
Okay.
books, okay?
Yes. Do that. So, so of course, I mean, I am really passionate about my book because it's personal. Obviously, it's my story, but what I love about it is that so many people can relate to it. You can't, because I'm not just talking about hair loss, and that's the
Yes.
thing that's so surprising to people, that they think, oh, this is a book about hair loss. No, I talk about that, but it's really, that's just one hurdle. I start to talk about some really personal
Oh, yeah.
things that I've been through, like sexual childhood molestation. I talk about, losing my father. I talk about, my marriage, or when I was married, currently divorced. All of those different that things that people can relate to. And that's the thing that's so, I think, powerful about the book, because no matter where you're at, you're going to be able to see yourself on some level in the stories that I share about forgiveness and principles that I teach. So I definitely recommend it, because I know it really has been a powerful tool for people to heal, which is what my intention was in being so transparent. Because I knew if I let you in, it would give you the opportunity to heal those dark places for yourself
Yes.
as well. So I pray that you will. It's on Amazon.com. Again, the name of the book is My Crown and Glory. It's not about the hair, because it's totally not. I know we've been told that it's all about your hair and it's all about this and all about that and your external attributes, but self esteem, it's not something that is just based on your physical attributes. It's about who you are inside. It's about loving the essence of who you are as a spiritual being, as a child of God, and whatever your package looks like. And that's the lesson for all of us. So that one, and then one of my favorite books, that when I was 18 years old and I was just coming out of an abusive relationship, teen domestic violence, I share that story as well. When you talk about really building my self-esteem. I talk about how bad it really was. So to think that, I would allow somebody to put their hands on me, to be disrespectful to me, to feel fearful staying in a relationship where I was not being respected. It was that bad. So to get here is a big deal,
Oh yeah.
because you don't know where I came from. Okay. I was that woman that's like, ain't she stupid? Why she still with him? Blah, blah, blah. I didn't know my own worth. And so when I was in that season of my life and of personal development, Iyanla Van Zant's book, Tapping the Spirit Within, was one of the most profound books that I ever read to help me begin the spiritual journey of understanding who I was as a child of God, and that God loved me. And what I loved about her book is that she was just as broken as I was.
Yeah.
And I could relate to her brokenness. And I could see the transformation of the woman that she had become. And I knew that if she went through all the crap she went through, and now she was on top of it, and she had this level of consciousness and awareness and self-love, then I could possibly achieve that as well. It was doable even from a broken place. And that was what was really powerful for me. So tapping the spirit within helped me, gave me tools that I could use, like looking in the mirror of self, being honest with myself about who I was and those areas that needed to be healed. And it started that process for me. So um, it's always my go-to. So I would recommend that book as well.
Thank you. People can relate to us when we share our stories of
Yeah.
where we've been. Like I tell people, from tarnished to shining bright. They
Mhm.
can relate because people don't always relate with the mountaintop story.
No.
Coming and telling, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. You're like, I can't do that, so I don't know why you even. And then when they find out, oh my God, you were there, you did that, happened to you too. Then that's
Right.
when they see the power
That's right.
in transformation. So absolutely. And I just want to let y'all know, if you have an opportunity or a reason, if you don't have a reason, create the reason to hire Sandra to
Oh,
come
bless you.
to do a speaking engagement, to do a reading of her book, to
Yeah.
come and sing for y'all, because she did a reading of her book, the chapter where I don't want to give away the story, but
Okay.
when she was in that abusive relationship with the young man and something really bad was about to go down, she had us at
Mhm.
the tip of our seats still listening, because not only was the story just like wow, but the feeling and the emotion she put into it, because it was her story, was just absolutely amazing. Sandra came and spent the night with us. She did the girls' night out. Then she did the workshops, keynote speak. Listen, she was just all around amazing, and one of the easiest people to work with, because some people come with a lot of their riffraff about what they need. She was so pleasant. So if you ever have the opportunity to work with this woman, please make sure you do. Um,
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I let me see where we are here. So, Sandra, can you let people know what you're working on now and some of the things you're doing? Because I know you also do plays and different
Yeah.
things like that, and she sings. So let us know what you're up to, and then also sing us a
Okay.
line.
So, one of the things that, in addition to working in your business, always give back to yourself and do things that just make you happy
Yeah,
because you love it. You got to give that to yourself as you are feeding other people and building them up. Make sure you are replenishing yourself, keeping your own cup filled, if you will,
yeah,
with things that bring you joy, just as a practice of self-love. And I do that by singing. I sing jazz. I sing with different bands actually, and I love acting. And so I actually, just before we came on, I just went to an audition tonight. A theater company that I work with that's doing Porgy and Bess. next year. So we
Okay.
were doing auditions for that. So that was lots of fun. So make sure that you give back. So currently, right now, I'm always open. I'm travel nationally, as Sterling said, to colleges, to high schools, women's retreats for churches, etc. And I'm really, really big right now on empowering teen girls. I'm a mother of two teen daughters myself, 18 and 14 years old. You feel me? And it's real out here for these young ladies. And so we have to get behind them. They need us to lead the way. They
Yes.
need us to shine bright because we 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 are the example. So we have to be the example, and we have to be able to have their back and get in their face with all kind of love to make
Yes.
sure that the distractions and the devices of the enemy that are out to keep them from their destiny do not win. And
Yes.
that's our job. And so I'm on the front lines in my community, putting together teen conferences and whatever I can do with my own little two hands, my own little meager budget, just calling together vendors and other women like myself who have a desire to help and not just sit back and complain and say, ain't that a shame?
Yeah.
Somebody need to help them kids. Well, I don't know what we
Yes.
gonna do. Well, what we gonna do is come together, and we're gonna, get other people who have the same like mind and like spirit and put our resources together, and we're gonna love on our children. And so everybody has the opportunity to do that. So those are the kind of things that I do. So definitely, by all means, please let me know how I can support your initiatives wherever you are. I love to fly and travel to new places and meet great people. So it's always fun to see. So that's what I'm doing. And just keep in contact with me. My website is sandradubose.com. It's at Bald Beauty Queen is my handle on Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff. So please keep in touch, find out what's happening musically, come to some of my performances just for funsies. I mean, I love the arts. So come and rock out with me. And so I'll sing a little bit of what I auditioned with tonight. And that is Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your dad is rich and your mom is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
You see, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you so much for blessing us with that beautiful, beautiful
Welcome.
song.
Thank you, girl.
Um,
Thank you.
you
It's
know, I
summertime,
just
ain't it?
yes, I just love you.
I love
But
you too.
I love the reason why I created this platform. The reason why I created this show is because just like you said, we have so many young women and
Mhm.
older women who
Yes.
feel like they don't have a place in the world.
Right.
And I wanted to showcase women of color, especially, who could be an
Mhm.
example for those women to
Right.
know that anything is possible. They
Mhm.
don't have to look outside of the world, outside of their world to be successful because there's women that look like them who are making it
Absolutely.
and doing it big
That's right.
and are living their life on purpose and are leading and shining bright in their life. And so I
Yes.
always say you can't be what you don't see. So, like you
Yes, that's
said, we
right.
are the example for them. And I'm so happy that they got to see you tonight. So, so happy that they got to see you
Thank you.
tonight.
It's my pleasure. I wish everyone peace and blessings, in the state of the world that we're in right now. I just want everyone to stay encouraged. Sometimes we feel like there is nothing that we can do, that we're fighting a losing battle, but the devil is a liar.
He
He is a
is.
liar. There are things that we can do. And you, just like Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see. It starts with one. It starts with your heart, your mind, the way you move through this earth, and allowing your lights to shine so that you can be a light for other people and inspire them to find that love. Let people see the God in you.
Yes.
We can't fight hate with hate. We have to love one another. And you have the power to continue to do that and not allow this rhetoric and this hate to seep into your heart, into your mind, into your spirit. Protect yourself, guard yourself against the devices of the enemy. Stay focused and
Yes.
stay in love and stay in peace and stay with what God has given you to do in this earth. Stay committed to the vision and it will come to pass. It will come to pass.
Absolutely. Love wins. Yes. Love wins all the time. Listen, folks, if you want to stay connected with Sandra, she put out all her information, and we can even type it in the bottom here where it says send message, Sandra. I don't know if you're on your phone or on your computer. You can write in your information there, and I will also put it in the show notes. You can
Please
find.
do, because I don't know what I'm doing here, so I
Okay,
don't want to
before you
miss
cut
out.
it off,
I'm a virgin at this age. Okay,
yes, this
so
is our
don't
first
ask.
time, so you can, if you're looking for a community of women who are
Mhm.
like-minded, who will support you with your big, bold, and amazing ideas, and give you the permission to show up
Yes.
big and bright in the world, I need you to go to bit.ly/, PLC Tribe. Or if you're on Facebook, just go to type in Polished Lifestyle Community, and we will allow you to join this community because we want women who are ready to lead and shine bright in their life. And we give you the tools and resources, and most importantly, the loving arms and support to make that happen,
Right.
because we know it's not always shown to us immediately. So we want to make sure we give that to you. Before the end of the night, if there's any questions in our live audience, we'll stay on for like another 2 minutes to answer your questions, or if you want to give out any shout outs, we will be here to answer your questions. So let us know.
Yeah. Shout out to Claudia Santiago. Thanks for all the love tonight. You're awesome, Sauce. You're
Yes,
beautiful.
she
Thank you.
is. Yes, she is. Claudia
Love
is
hearing
the
you.
bomb.com. She is the embodiment of sisterhood. She is always, always, always supporting. And I'm so glad that you're feeling better. She just got over a bout of pneumonia. So we're happy that you're feeling
Oh,
better.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Good deal.
Yes. Love you both. And so thankful for you, great sisters. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got another 30 seconds of
Okay, you gonna
our
sing us out,
evening.
Sterling?
Yes.
You
I know.
you're gonna sing us out?
You're right. Let me see. What can I sing? Shine bright like a diamond. That's it.
That's perfect.
That's all I know. Keep
I
shining,
just want you to
guys.
I want you to continue what you're doing, Sterling. Love to you, your family, and to your baby girl. I can't wait to see her, to meet her, give her kisses. Congratulations, mommy. I've been enjoying just watching your journey into
Oh,
motherhood and loving on that baby, with you via Facebook. I'm like, oh,
yes.
she's so yummy. So God bless you for what you're doing. Keep shining. We need you. We appreciate you. So you stay focused and you keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, we're going to end on that beautiful note. We thank you. This was episode 2 of the Polished Lifestyle TV with Miss Sandra Dubose, the bald beauty queen of self-esteem. God bless.
God bless. God bless you too, sis.